Hey, good morning, everybody. So glad you could join me once again here on Today with Todd as I'm talking to you from my entrepreneur stream. And this is number 4 this morning, entrepreneur stream number 4. So today I'm going to talk with you about dealing with frustrations, with fears, and with failures as an entrepreneur. I'm so glad you've been able to join me this week. If you haven't caught the previous episodes, you can go back and watch those. I've been talking to you in every different facet of being an entrepreneur. So, what do I want to tell you this morning? Well, I'm going to tell you something that may sound strange to you, but I'm going to talk to you in the area of failure as an entrepreneur. If you're going to fail fast and learn fast from it. You know, a lot of the aspects of being an entrepreneur is you're going to experience frustrations, you're going to have fears, and there's going to be failures that happen. We have to learn as an entrepreneur, whether you're leading a business or an organization, you've got to learn how to deal with these things and deal with them quickly. So, you got to see that when you fail, and you may fail often, that you've got to learn, and you've got to learn quickly. But you've got to know this, that failure isn't fatal. Failure isn't fatal. You have to learn when it's time to get out of something and shift and possibly restructure or even rebrand. I've had to understand when I've needed to rebrand. Sometimes you've got to learn, any investor, any business person knows when it is time to cut their losses and move on. They also learn when it's time to change. I don't believe that failure should be a continuous pattern, but we have to begin to learn and understand that there are people that can mentor us or coach us. I learned something a long time ago, that Tiger Woods was considered one of the greatest golfers in the world, but even Tiger Woods had a coach. Somebody could say, well, could Tiger's coach beat him, at playing golf? Probably not. But his coach sees what Tiger doesn't see. Tiger Woods pays someone to see what he doesn't see. This man, his coach watches his swing, watches everything that he does. Many times we need someone to coach us through things, whether we're an entrepreneur, whether we're an organizational leader. This is what my BA degree is in organizational leadership. I've learned that I had to educate myself simply to sharpen myself. I had to learn that my education was not really going to increase my pay, but it was going to sharpen me. Sometimes people may look for a degree for a pay increase. But whatever we're doing, we have to know that risk is always involved. When you're an entrepreneur, risk is involved, and failure is possible. Wherever there's risk, failure is possible. We have to learn as entrepreneurs to corner quickly. This is a way of thinking. If you've been listening to me all week, I've been talking to you as an entrepreneur about these things. And that failure was when we learned what not to do. But we don't want to keep repeating the same pattern. So, what is it that I have to learn to manage? Not only do I have to learn to manage money, I have to learn to master it, move it with money, but I have to learn to manage fears. I have to learn to manage worries and anxiety. When you are an entrepreneur and you're out front and you're the lead person and you have the responsibility, you will expend a tremendous amount of your energy, both mentally and emotionally, if you spend that time worrying. So what's got to do? What's got to happen? There has to be a shift that happens in your mind. Rather than, directing your time and energy and thought into worry and anxiety and seeing, all of the negative things that are happening, you've got to redirect that time, energy, and emotion into your creative faculties. Listen to me very closely. Your creative faculties, the things that led you into the creation of your business or organization. What is it that, go back in your mind and remember, what is it that led you to create this business? What led you to create this organization? Whether you're running a Fortune 500 company, or you're the pastor of a church, or you may be, running a United Way. I don't know. Whatever organization, whatever it was, what was at the very foundation of it? What led you to create that business or that organization? That's where you have to begin to always go back in your mind. Whenever worry or you see, an opportunity or a failed opportunity, go back and revisit in your mind. What is it that caused you to create this? Revisit in your mind why. Think about why. Why did you start that business? And keep that before you when the occasion to worry or anxiety comes. Go back and visit that in your mind. Use your time. When occasions to worry or be anxious comes about. The Bible says to be anxious for nothing, but in all things, we are to give thanks to God. Use the time to expand or streamline or to create your business's vision. That's when you've got to get focused. Whether you're running a church, whether you're running a business, instead of worrying, instead of being anxious, look at the vision of the organization and spend that time to focus on that vision of whatever you're doing, because vision is always key to your business. Vision is key to your business's success. So there's a lot of times that you're going to just have to learn when it's time to step away, when it's time to step aside, when it's time to lay down the business and focus on something else. There's many times that I just have to go away from what I'm doing, find something else to do and rest. Why? Because tired eyes will make bad decisions. And whenever we make bad decisions, we're going to have negative results. So I know, as the leader of the organization and the other aspects of things that I'm in, deadlines and schedules are going to be a constant demand on you. But if you burn yourself out and you get to the place where you're not enjoying your business anymore, then you're right back to where you were before. And that's the place that you don't want to be. You don't want to become then a slave to your business. You started the business, you created the organization, more than likely for reasons of freedom, autonomy, wealth building. There's a whole plethora of reasons why someone steps out into being an entrepreneur. And you've got to revisit the reasons why you did this. You never want to become slave to it. You are the person that is in charge. The business is not running you. You run the business. Hey, thank you for joining me today. This was Today with Todd. I'm talking to you about how to manage frustrations, fears, and failures as an entrepreneur. This is something that's going to have to become a vital skill to you and how to corner quickly, because frustrations are going to be many, failures are going to happen often, and fears are going to be many. So we have to learn as an entrepreneur how to deal with those things, or a complete failure will be inevitable. Hey, thanks for joining me. I may be on at 9:05 tomorrow. Not sure. I may take Friday and Saturday off. If you didn't catch the broadcast of my wife at 8 a.m., I was on with her talking more about entrepreneurialism. I hope you can go back and watch that. I shared it onto this platform. Hey, I will see you soon. And if I don't see you tomorrow or Saturday, I'll see you Sunday. I'm going to be at our household of faith, and I've got a powerful word from the Lord. So I'll see you then. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.